So there's no way I can be so focused on purpose and purpose work and not be kind of obsessed with this particular book, The Alchemist. And, say what you will about it. And sometimes it's controversial. There is some absolute gold, maybe literally and figuratively, in this when it comes to understanding purpose, what it is, why it's so important, and how to seek it. Now, in The Alchemist, the phrase that Paolo Coelho uses is personal legend. So the protagonist here is in a process of kind of weaving and discovering his own personal legend, which is a way of saying how he is intended to harmonize with the universe. And there's some particular secrets about purpose that I want to share with you today. There's a lot in here. It's a work of fiction, but if I were to extract kind of like what are the 4 most important things that this text says about purpose, these would be the 4. I invite you to reflect on these. So, number 1 is this concept of the soul of the world. So this is kind of the language that is infused throughout the story. This main character is on this journey of discovery. And there's this idea that there's an kind of an oversoul, almost this American transcendentalist concept of the oversoul. There's a soul of the world that sort of binds all of creation together. And it's all interconnection. And what this means really is that when a human being, like the main character, like you, like me, when a human being dreams, envisions, feels called to something big, desires something big and even audacious, it's not separate from the soul of the world. It has emerged from the soul of the world. It's an expression of the soul of the world. Why is this so important? Because it prevents us from creating this dichotomy that somehow my purpose is selfish. My purpose isn't meant to be. My purpose is just something that I've concocted that's contrary to the world around me. No. What the Alchemist teaches us is that purpose is born from our inner selves, which means it's actually emerged from this soul of the world, is in alignment with the soul of the world, and means it's something that the soul of the world wants manifest, wants to bring into being. So what can we do? We can release any guilt about pursuing our purpose, about dreaming big, about experiencing the world in a more expansive way than we are right now, because that is in fact in alignment with the soul of the world itself. That's lesson number 1 about purpose from The Alchemist. Lesson number 2, the language of the world. So through his experiences, through his journey, the main character understands that the universe communicates with him through omens and through signs, and that the ability to learn to read these signs is how we align with purpose and learn to trust the process. So I talk so much about purpose being a feeling process, not a thinking process. We engage our thinking minds for sure. We undergo analysis and critical thinking. We have to, right? But when it comes down to it, purpose isn't something that comes from the mind down. It's something that comes from the inside out, from the feeling, from the subconscious mind. And from the feeling in the subconscious mind, as Carl Jung would tell us, is where synchronicities can be revealed, is where symbols and archetypes can appear in our life and our awareness. And that's absolutely essential. Part of purpose work is opening yourself to this language of omens and signs. And this could be through dreams, through synchronicities, through intuitive flashes that you have. This is part of the process. This is part of that other layer of language of the world that the Alchemist teaches us is part of pursuing your purpose, right? And lesson 3 from the Alchemist, the power of the present moment. In some ways, It may seem like a contradiction because when we think about purpose, we think about being aspirational, dreaming bigger, being different than we are now. But when it comes down to it, that's not really the full story. It's about feeling the bigness that we already are. And if we can feel and embody that bigness in this present moment, even if the external world is telling us the exact opposite, then we are in that pocket of purpose. The present moment is the only place where transformation really occurs. In the context of The Alchemist, it's only by fully immersing himself in every step of his journey. He can't skip ahead. He can't take the fast track. He has to go through every step of his journey in order to grow spiritually, emotionally, and even mentally. And that's what we have to do as well on our purpose journey. Sometimes we feel absolutely stuck. We feel like we've taken 3 or 4 steps back. But guess what? That's your present moment. That's where you need to be. From within that present moment is the only place where transformation can occur. That's lesson number 3. And lesson number 4, courage. Courage. There's no way to do this work. Purpose work is work of expansion. It's work of surfing the unknown, of facing the unknown. So lesson number 4 from The Alchemist about purpose is having the courage to encounter and face fear. I didn't say don't feel fear. I said the courage to face fear, to walk through fear, to walk with fear. So if you haven't read it, this poor guy faces so many obstacles to the point of literally getting beat to a pulp and thinking that it's all over, that the entire journey was absolutely useless. It's over. I'm a fool. I'm naive. I thought I was reading signs. I'm an idiot. But somehow, even in that moment, that was his present moment, but somehow, even from within that moment, he had the courage to take the next step, trusting the process. That was his true connection to the divine. It was trusting the process. So I hope that if you're in purpose work in this moment, if you're in a moment of your life where you're doing personal development or self-development, these 4 keys to purpose from The Alchemist can be guideposts for you, reminders for you, motivations for you to really hone in on what it is that got you started on this part of your journey and stick with it, because whatever the present moment is offering you right now, it's exactly the lesson you need. It sounds cliche, but there's nothing more true. Just how it is. There's nothing more true than that. The present moment is the exact lesson that you need. So stay in that pocket. Don't try to escape. Don't try to bypass. Just move forward, because the world needs you. The soul of the world is calling you forward in purpose.